FTX collapse, 3 warning signs investors missed. $8 billion vanished in the FTX collapse. Financial experts, celebrity endorsers, and seasoned investors all missed the warning signs. The pattern is always the same. That aren't crypto problems. These are the 3 psychological traps that caught even the smartest investors in the FTX collapse. The celebrity shield, the mathematical impossibility, the complexity smokescreen. Now we will dive into these traps and explain you how you can protect yourself. The celebrity shield. The first trap is what I call the celebrity shield. When Tom Brady, Stephen Curry, and major institutions backed FTX, something dangerous happened in investors' minds. Our brains automatically lower defenses when we see trusted faces associated with an investment. This creates a psychological prison where questioning becomes socially costly. The unspoken message becomes, do you really think all these smart people would be involved in something questionable? What makes this tactic so effective is how it weaponizes our natural instinct to trust social proof. Our brains are wired to prioritize information with emotional connections. Look at your own investments right now. How many did you choose partly because of who endorsed them? How many did you research less thoroughly because a trusted figure was involved? The solution isn't cynicism. It's practicing what I call social proof reversal. When you see celebrity endorsements and institutional investments, don't let this decrease your skepticism. Triple it instead. The more a company spends on making you feel safe, the more questions you should ask. The mathematical impossibility. The second trap is the mathematical impossibility. FTX promised returns that defied financial gravity, yields so consistently above market averages that they weren't just improbable, they were mathematically impossible without taking enormous hidden risks. This works because excitement and urgency act as anesthesia for critical thinking. When an investment opportunity feels thrilling, our analytical brain shuts down. We become so focused on potential gains that we stop asking basic questions. Here's a practical test you can apply to any investment. If you can't explain in one simple sentence exactly how a company makes money, you're vulnerable. This isn't about financial sophistication. It's about clarity. The most dangerous moment is when we convince ourselves that complexity equals innovation. In the FTX case, the complexity was the warning. The more complicated the explanation needed to justify returns, the more likely those returns are hiding serious problems. When evaluating investments, use the proportional scrutiny principle. The more exciting an investment opportunity feels, the more boring your analysis should become. For every emotional claim about potential gains, demand 3 specific, verifiable facts about how exactly the business generates revenue. The complexity smokescreen. The third trap, and perhaps the most dangerous, is the complexity smokescreen. By operating in regulatory gray areas and jurisdictions with minimal oversight, FTX created an environment where internal controls could be ignored. This wasn't a bug in their system, it was a feature. What makes this effective is how complexity taps into our desire to feel smart. When faced with complicated explanations, we become problem solvers who enjoy putting puzzle pieces together. This creates an immersive experience that actually discourages questioning. Financial companies know this. That's why their marketing often follows a pattern. Create confusion, then offer a simplified solution that makes customers feel smart for choosing it. The reality check. Financial complexity isn't a sign of innovation. It's often the smoke machine hiding fundamental problems. The flashier the marketing and the more complex the explanation, the more important it is to investigate the underlying business model. When you find yourself nodding along to an explanation you don't fully understand, that's the exact moment to pause and ask more questions. The conclusion. They've fooled millions, and they're still at it. The celebrity shield. The mathematical impossibility. The complexity smokescreen. These aren't just tricks, they're time-tested psychological traps, engineered to exploit our deepest instincts. And they show up in every major financial scam, from Ponzi schemes to crypto collapses. You don't need to be a financial genius to protect yourself. You just need to recognize the trap before it closes. Right now, even as you watch this, the next big scam is being packaged, polished, and promoted, built on the wreckage of FTX, but smarter, slicker, and harder to spot. They've studied what went wrong. They've learned how to avoid getting caught. But you have something most victims never had. You're starting to see the pattern. Which trap have you seen before? The shining celebrity, the too good to be true numbers, or the fog of complexity hiding the truth? Drop it in the comments. Your story could help someone else dodge a bullet. And just when you think you've heard it all, what if I told you the FTX collapse was only half the story? In our next video, we expose the FTX hack, a shadow operation that unfolded while the world was watching the flames. Because in the world of financial crime, it's never just what you see that puts you at risk. It's what you miss. Stay sharp, stay skeptical. I'll see you in the next one.